So one of the things that I've had going on lately is I've built a new computer system to replace the old computer system, which I also had built, but is on its way out. Unfortunately, my DAW controller, which hooks all my audio equipment, microphones, mixing board, music equipment into my PC, does not work with 64-bit operating systems. So I have to use the old PC in order to record, which is just one of those things that I'm going to have to deal with until I find a solution for it. It is as it is. It's also somehow made the ground loop, that annoying hum in the background, even worse, so I apologize for it. It's one of those things I'm going to have to track down and take care of, but unfortunately right now I don't have time for that. So, previously I had told you that the Sephiroth of Tiphareth was a full video in of itself, and I have found such a video, and I'm going to put the link to it right up here. It's an hour long. The full thing is 3 hours long, and I'm going to put the link to that right up here. And you can watch either one, but make sure you watch at least the hour-long one, which is the final hour, and sums it all up real nicely. But you get out what you put in. So if you can watch the 3-hour one, do. Break it up into parts if you have to. I had told you how I study a tarot card every day, meditate on it. Well, the day I found this video, I drew the card Judgment. And the very first thing he talks about in the video, the hour-long one, is judgment and how it relates to manifestation. And you're not supposed to pass judgment. That's the very first thing. And this is why I went into depolarization so much at the beginning. Because you have to be depolarized to not pass judgment on something. You have to be grounded and in the center. The thing you want to change, you cannot view it as good or bad. You just have to accept it as it is. You know, the scripture says, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." It doesn't say, "Judge not people." It just says, "Judge not." That can include situations. And the things that are happening, you know, your circumstances. Judge not. If you want to be able to change it. The next thing he goes into is about the feeling to have as if things have already happened in the present moment. That your prayer, or your magic in this case, has already been answered. That it's already come to pass. See, this is faith. This is what we're talking about, faith. You have to set it and forget it. It's already happened, so you don't need to dwell on it. And from there, he's going to go into all the other things that we've covered. From there, it goes to action. And then from action, it goes into Tiphareth. And he's going to explain Tiphareth real well. And he talks about the heart and how the heart center is a big part of this. What you have in your heart. And one of the things that I didn't mention before is also the attitude of gratitude. You have to be grateful for the things that you do have. And grateful. You have to have this feeling of gratitude. Bob Proctor talks about gratitude all the time. That gratitude is the attitude. Not just for the things you have, but for also the things that you want to come to pass. The things that you're asking for. Now, if you gave somebody a gift and they took that gift and they complained about it, "I don't like it, it's not top of the line, it's okay, but," or they took it and they threw it in the trash, you probably wouldn't get them another gift anytime soon, would you? Be grateful, you know. Be grateful for the things you do have, you know. Don't dwell on the things you don't. You can change things, but be grateful for the things you got first. If you want to be given more gifts. Should be common sense, but in Western civilization, we're constantly bombarded with selfishness and ungratefulness. You know, from what's on TV to the education system, it's not our fault, but we need to retrain ourselves to be grateful for the things that we have. To have that actual feeling of gratitude. You have to feel it. And from there, the video is going to talk about combining force with form that we went over, because now he's talking about visualizations and combining the feeling of already having it and actually feeling that you have it with the visualizations, force, and form. So it goes right down the tree of life. He doesn't use the tree of life. You know, he has a bit of different perspective on it. He's going to give a lot of different perspectives of it, from Buddhism, the early Christianity, a whole host of things. Different perspectives on the same ancient wisdom. Okay, but sometimes we need a different perspective in order for us to have a breakthrough. So he doesn't use the tree of life, but all the ancients are still saying the same thing. It's the same formula. Now, he doesn't go into making an impression upon the subconscious mind, but the first triangle of Sephiroth up at the top are across the abyss. You are making an impression upon the subconscious mind if you follow this formula. And you don't need any ritual or candles or anything to do it. Although it helps, it isn't required. Now, in the 3-hour video, you're going to see a woman spontaneously healed of cancer using this formula. And this stuff is true because I've been witness to spontaneous healing. And the first time really freaked me out. You know, I had a big gash on my hand, and when I employed this, it just disappeared. It started disappearing. From one end to the other, it started just... It was like a bad B movie. There was like no special effects. It just vanished. I mean, just... but it freaked me out because I was like, whoa, you know, I mean, it didn't scare me, it shocked me. And the very act, the very feeling of being in awe, in like total disbelief, I guess I can say, disbelief, shock, was enough to make it instantly stop. Just boop. So I was left with half a gash. And yeah, I mean, that was really bizarre and cool at the same time. So when you're in disbelief or shock, just that whoa, you know, that's enough to get the manifestation to actually stop, to cease. So that's something you have to get under control as well. Is, you know, I asked you for this and I gave it to you, and now you're all, whoa, I can't believe you gave it to me. I got exactly what I asked for. I can't believe it. Now, a cut on my hand is a far cry from cancer, you know, but the method is the same. And I'm not out there healing a bunch of people because I've yet to be able to do this consistently. This is why I'm still learning and I'm still in training. I've been shown enough and seen enough to know that, yes, this is real. But, you know, I can't do it every time. If you're missing just one piece of that formula, it's not going to work. And we all have our off days. But watch the video, and it will sum up everything that we've covered so far and give you a new perspective on it as well. And I'm going to try to get some of these technical aspects under control in the meantime. And I will see you next time. Take care.